Yes, my name is Eyo. I'm from Akwa Yo. So I was given birth to by my mom, but my aunt raised me up. So I wanted to go to school, but my aunt couldn't sponsor me to school due to some financial challenges. So Auntie Teresa came. My aunt has a friend. Our sister-in-law actually live in the city. So she came, she said I should follow her to the city, Benin City, where I will be able to have access to education. I'll stay with somebody that will be training me to school. So my aunt agreed, and I also agreed. That was why I came to Benin City. I stayed with Mr. Ijerere, a lecturer.
What year was that you came to Benin City?
I can't actually remember.
Okay. Yeah.
I stayed with Mr. Ijerere, a lecturer at Unibel. So we live at Ekosodi then. When I got there, I met the man, his wife, and his children. Everybody was doing fine. So later on, the house girl that was there before left, and it was just me that was remaining, who has to do need the necessary things. So, like 2 years, maybe 3 years later, I can't actually remember, but that I can just say the man divorced his wife and got married to another woman, where he opened a beer parlor for the lady. And I think as times was going on, he employed so many cis girls to come and sell for him. So there was this one particular girl he employed, Oluwatimileyin. She's from what they call the Ondo State. So when he brought her and we saw that the girl was okay, so he actually asked the girl to date him. So the girl was just like, he can't date him. He's a married man. He has 2 kids, so she can't bring herself to that extent. So the girl was just like seeing the way things were going, where the man would be telling me to come and be massaging his back when his wife is not around and all that. So it's just like, this thing is not going to end well. So she just told me to follow her to Lagos, where I will have adequate education. So I just said yes. I decided to follow her. So we made the arrangement,
At
and
that time, what age? How old were you?
I don't know.
You don't even know your age at that time. Okay. But
So
you were grown.
yeah,
You know something then.
yeah, I knew something.
Okay.
So I followed the lady to Lagos. With She rented a apartment, ghetto, just one bedroom, and
What area was that? You remember the
at
area?
Beggar.
Beggar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beggar. So we stayed there. As time goes on, our boyfriend just becoming maybe once in a week and all that. So we stayed there. So a time came where our neighbor opposite us just called and told her, since she doesn't have any source of income and she has promised to train me to school. So she has a cousin sister who sells at the Beggar Junction, that I should come and be selling for her. Then she agreed, and she just like discussed with me, and I said, okay, no problem, that I will follow along. I will just play along. So I went there, I stayed with the lady, I sold for her like 3 months, and at the end of the day, I collected 15,000. So this my Oluwatimileyin said I should resign, and I did exactly as she said, thinking that she was actually going to use the money to send me to school. But it was not so. It wasn't so. So I asked her about it. She was like, she's pregnant, she's gonna buy this, she's gonna buy that for her baby and all that. So I just have to hold on. And I said, okay, no problem. Once she has given birth now, I'll go back to school. So time goes on. He said, she has another woman that is selling at the bank. She usually sell cooked food. Just cook at home, I'm gonna be selling in the bank. Diamond Bank at the Beggar. So she's gonna be selling for her. So she'll be paying me 10,000 every month, which I agree. I went there, and I started selling for the woman. The first salary she collected it, the second one she still collected, the third one she collected. So I was just like, what is all this? I was angry. I said, ma, what of my education? You said I should go and be selling for this woman so that the salary she's going to pay me, I'll be able to then you use it to send me to school. What about it? She said I should still hold on for now, that I will definitely go to school. I said, okay, no problem. Since it was my choice to follow her, so I really have no other choice than to, just listen to what she said. So during the month of August, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, August, where Redeem usually have their program every year. Yeah, in at the Redeem camp. So she says she has a friend who needs somebody to be selling for her for there to redeem camp during the program. So I should go and be selling for her too so that I can have enough money. And I said okay that I'll go. I went there and I stayed with the lady in the house, and I was started selling and all that. So one day she called me, she said I should come home. When I got
She
home,
called you like you have a phone or
she
she...
called the lady
Okay,
with
tell
the
you to
lady's
come.
phone.
Okay.
She said I should come home. So I went. When I got home, she said I should resign, that I should come back to my former madam that I was selling for in the bank. And I told her, okay, that I've heard. Let me go and bring my clothes. And I said, okay. When I got there, I saw that this very woman at Redeem Camp, Mommy Joshua, has bought several things for the program to be sold. So I can't just, like, when I look at it and I saw that those items, if you leave it, it will just spoil. So I just decided to help the man to sell throughout that week, and then after that I'll collect my money and I'll go back. I called her and I tried to explain things to her. She was angry, she doesn't want to listen and all that. So she ended the call and me, I stayed. So at the on the 12th of August, where the program ended, she came. She brought my clothes. I was in her house before. She just came. She just like, Mommy Joshua, where is the money she has been selling for you for during the program? Then the man just counted 15,000 and gave it to her. Then she told me to go and pack the remaining clothes that was in the woman's house. So I went there, I packed all my clothes, and I came out thinking that I was going home straight. But unfortunately, she took me to a bus stop. She said, since I don't want to listen to her, I'm proving that I'm too big for her to talk to, so I should go. She put me in a bus and then she paid the transport fare. The remaining money, she exhausted the money buying things and all that. It was
The thing
painful.
she bought was it for you?
It wasn't for me, it was for her and her baby.
Okay.
So I was angry, but yet I couldn't say anything. The only thing that I was able to do was for me to cry. So at the end of that year, I don't have anything, no education, nothing, nothing. So I came back to Benin,
How did
and
she put you, but where did you drop? You said she dropped you
she
somewhere.
put me in a bus to down to come back to Benin City, and told the bus driver that when he gets to that army barrack at Ekosodi, he should drop me that
There's
at the bus
SMC
stop.
barracks.
Yes, that I will be able to find my way to my former oga's house. Then the driver, when we got there, it was already evening, so he dropped me there, and I was scared. I was afraid to go back to the man, but somehow I told myself that I didn't even know where my auntie's house was because I was new then. So I went to the man and I was just like apologizing to the man. He said no problem. That thank God that I was back. And then he called my aunt, told my auntie to come the next day. The next day, my auntie came and went to a police station, and the police officer was just like asking so many questions, and I just gave her the answer I was able to give her. Then he now said, okay, no problem, that my former oga can go, Mr. Jovie can go. Then me, I should go with my auntie, which I left. When I got to my auntie's house, I stayed there, I think, for a week or so. Before my auntie now asked me this I should not repeat it again. Me running away without her knowing or telling her anything. After that I've heard, and I apologized to my auntie too. She said no problem. That was when she now brought me to this a new person's house, Mr. Akiri Ejiro.
Was it the man you went to? You said you went to the mother's house.
Yes, I went to the mother's
Okay.
house, Mrs. Philomena. That was where the whole thing started. I stayed there for some time, sure, but I can't really remember. But I knew that I got there August. So September, I stayed there for that August and
Till September.
till September when we went. Me, the two boys have to go home to the main person's house that I was supposed to stay with, which is Mr. Eyorakiri. And I started my primary 5 there.
That
School
was
there.
what year?
That was 2017.
September
So
2017.
yeah, September 2017, and I
Okay.
got there. So they put me in a school near close to us, Akenzua Primary School here at Airport Road. So I stayed there with them, and we were going to school. Later on, now said the two boys, the twins, should go and be staying with the grandmother. Meanwhile, I'll be at home taking care of the remaining two that were going to school, Maro and Nero. So we stayed there, and me, every morning, wake up, bathe, dress them up.
What time do you wake up every morning?
During that time, since it was just the two of them, I usually wake up around 5. For the
Okay.
first time, I woke up around 5, and then we'll just do the necessary thing and we'll go to school.
Then you resume school, so all of you were going to school together.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, we're all going to school. Actually, my school, Maro school, was at Airport Road, OLA. So he has somebody that will be picking him, a friend of his, the same classmate. So the mother will come, will pick him and go and drop him in school. So me and the younger one, the second born, Nero, will go to school because our school was not far from each other. So I'll just go and drop him, then cross and enter my own school. So he actually said I should join class, and then I wrote my primary 6 exam 2018. That I wrote my primary 6 exam. August on the 8th of August 2018. That was when I wrote my common entrance, and I later gained admission into Imagwero Junior Secondary School, JSS1. I resumed. So as time goes on, though everything was okay for the meantime, till when I enter JSS2. When I entered JSS2, things were tough. During that COVID-19 period, where we have to stay at home, I think we stayed at home for about 6 or 7 months. So things were scattered and all that. I know somehow I used to offend my madam, I will offend her, then I will apologize to her. So we always have this issue that I don't ask questions. We ask me questions, I don't talk. I don't even, I'm not open to her. So I'm supposed to be open to her, tell her everything that I'm going through and all that. So I was just like, okay, let me just try for once. When I just told her something, but it didn't end well.
What was the something you told her?
I just my background, where I came from and all that. It wasn't funny at all. So when I
What
saw
was
it,
not for? She was angry.
not that she was angry, she took it lightly, but this aspect of her going to discuss it with somebody else, that was what I don't really like.
Okay.
And me, I just like myself, I like talking to somebody that, you just know, it's between you and I that we are
Continue,
talking,
continue.
no
That
more.
side is not even necessary.
So
They were
when we
you.
went there, it wasn't funny. We just keep out. I was angry, so I promised myself not to tell her anything. I just keep everything to myself, between me and God. So continue, stay like that. She was hungry. If I offend her, I will apologize to her. She will
What kind
just
of
tell me.
offense did you offend her?
Either she will say I should do something, I will do the thing. Maybe the thing is excess, so she will be angry that I did it excess, and I told her okay, that I'm sorry, that next time I will make sure that it won't happen again. So she said okay, that she has heard. And then as time goes on, maybe I repeated the same mistakes. Wait, okay, we want to cook now. I supposed to go and ask her what we supposed to cook, but perhaps I just assume that since it's like now on Saturday, we usually make beans every Saturday. So I just assume it's beans that we're going to make. So she just like, you're supposed to ask questions, and I said okay, that I'm sorry, ma. That next time I will ask. So by that next time, if I go and ask, she'll just like, giving me the attitude as if, don't you know what you're supposed to do? And I will take it just like that and move on. So, as time goes on, if I offend her, I will know by one thing, that she'll be keeping malice with me. She said, ah, ma, please, what did I do? What did you not do? You did this. I told you not to do it. You did it again. Okay, and I said, okay, I'm sorry, ma. That I will try to make sure that I will not repeat that same mistake again. She said, okay, that no problem. That she has a forgiving heart. She don't usually keep things or record things at all. I said, okay, no problem. So as time goes on, she started giving me that attitude that once I commit any offense, I will just know that I have done it. But she will be keeping malice. She will not talk to me. I will even talk to her. She will not answer me and all that. And me, I don't like it because it's mentally it's hurting me. Like we just stay in the house like a family, but because I offended you, you now want to talk to me. So I don't really like it. And times as times goes on, things keep happening. I just stay on my own. So the son, Maro, he knows how to talk to the Lord. As in, he can talk. So there was a time when we were in Oshogbo, since she was working in Oshogbo, so we went there for holiday. And the house, when we took it alone, a friend of mine, when we were in primary school, because I gave her the phone number so that she can tell me what is happening in school since we left before the time we were supposed to write the common entrance. So she can call me and tell me what is happening. So this a friend of mine now used the number and put the number in another person's phone, a a guy's phone that came to their house as a plumber to do something. So she now put the number and used it to call me. And I was just like surprised, who was this number? So when I heard her voice and knew that she was the one, so this guy now later call use that number to call me. Then it was just like talking and the line was breaking. So he keep shouting hello, hello, hello. So when I finally heard him and was just like, who are you? What do you want? What is your I don't know, it's not me, that it was a friend of mine that used the number to call me. Now ask me who is the friend, and I told him is Judith, a friend of mine. And I said okay. So since then, started, calling and calling till one day when he called. And when he called, I couldn't hear what he was saying and all that. So I later dropped the phone. And my madam went out that very day, very early. So when she came back, she said she was trying to read and asked me what I was preparing for breakfast. That she couldn't get through to me. That what happened? That when she called, she said I was in another call. Who was calling? Then I just said nobody, because even if I tell her who the person is, she will not still believe me. She will just say it's one of my boyfriend. And I said that it was nobody. And I said, but when I called, the line was so very arguing, and I finally told her that it was somebody that called, and the person, it was Judith that used the person's phone number to call me, and now the person later was just like calling me. Now said again that why would I be giving somebody number, talk and all that. Then she was just like whether the person was a boy. Now said it was a boy. Now said no problem. So she now called her son Maru inside the room. Now telling him that he should be keeping eye on me. If the phone is ringing, he should listen. Whosoever that is calling, if it's a boy, he should come and tell her. So the things keep happening, and the boy, anywhere I'm going to, he'll be following me. If I enter the bedroom, he will now follow me. And Malo, what do you want? He said nothing. Then go out now. He will now go out. He will stand at the entrance of the door. He will now stand there till I'm done. I came out. Anywhere I'm
So when you
sitting.
are bathing, it will stand there.
No, that was not the one time.
Okay.
When that was in Oshogbo. So when we came back, but then like we continue. He told me one day that him and the mother has a secret. So this is like, what kind of secret do you have? He refused to tell me. So it kept on happening and happening till one day he now told me that it was his mom that said he should be keeping eye on me to know who is calling me and who is not calling me. Anything that I'm doing, should keep an eye on me and be telling her. Since I've refused to be telling her what is happening in my private life and all that. So I was just like, okay, no problem. Thank God the phone was actually a house phone. So when the boy later called back, I told him not to call the number again, that he has put me in trouble, should not call again. Said, said yes, so please, I deleted the number, and that was that. So the boy just keep on doing it. So every time it got to a point that when I was talking to him before, he used to listen, but now it is like, who is talking and all that. So it is like just keep on doing it. I mean, I was just looking at him. I don't have anything to
What
do.
they're even
Before
saying is not even the those
before I
stories are
usually
not
beat him.
necessary.
Before I usually beat him because he usually beat his younger brother. So he told his dad that I used to beat him. So his dad was just like, why would I be beating him? That if he does anything to me, I should come and report. That I should stop beating him. And I said, okay, that I will not beat him again. So as time goes on, he started doing some kind of funny things. There was a time I told him, Mauro, come and be washing plates. Since the parents said I should allow him to be doing the house chores, sometimes you should be washing plates. So when I now told him, Mauro, come and be washing plates, and I say, he said, come and be washing plates. I'll go to the room. Mauro, come and wash plates. He will not. He will eat money plate, he will leave it there. Mauro, come and wash plate. He refused to wash it. And later on, I'll go and wash it for him. Then I will not get angry. Another thing, the wash plate you will not wash, sweep the house you will not sweep. So what are you now doing in this house? You now tell his younger brother Nero that he wish he was God. He will make me small so that he can conquer my head anytime I will tell him to come and wash plate. And that one just died like that. I did not see anything. So it keeps on as in regular and constant thing that anytime I tell him to come and be washing plate,